All right, what's up, everyone? This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't base anything I say off these videos. I'm just doing it for pure entertainment purposes only. Want to jump in on the live today, just to check in, really. Back in my office, back in my element, back in my shop. Um, AMC has the earnings today, which obviously I'm sure you're all aware of. Honestly, just scooped up a new hat because I didn't want to comb my hair. I got back and anyways, I guess that's the benefit of having a store when you don't want to comb your hair. You just grab a hat. AMC earnings call today. I think regardless of what is said, the earnings won't reflect. Regardless of what positivity, I guess if something positive comes out, I don't think it's going to show in the earnings. It's obviously we've had issues with that before in this play, so even if it's great news and the stock plummets afterwards, don't be shocked. It is what it is. But if it is good news and the stock drops, this is all hypothetical, then I would anticipate in the next day or two it popping back up. Price prediction for the end of the day. I'm thinking we're going to end around 322, 323. Initially, I was thinking 325, and then I kind of started looking at 321. So I'm kind of going in between that middle ground. So I'm going to say 322 to 323, give or take a few cents. But that's just kind of where I'm landing on for the day. The end of the day, obviously a little harder to tell on a day like this where there's earnings. So those are things to factor in. AMC is still the main play for me. I know I do bring up other plays, and I don't do it often, but randomly I do. It's just because AMC is always my main squeeze, if you will. But I do. Like I've always said, I've got a big portfolio. I diversify, but I don't think anything is quite as potentially life changing as AMC. That's why AMC is my main one. Juke Joint, what's up, man? Says we go to 280 after earnings. Possible. I've been seeing a lot of that 250, 280, but I don't think we dropped that far down. Then again, like I said, it's kind of unpredictable. It is possible, but looking at the chart and the factors and that, I think that we should stick around that. Before earnings end of day, I'm thinking 322. After earnings, if we see a drop, I'd imagine it going to about 3, maybe 298, something like that. But 280 is possible, 250 is possible. You just never know. This plays crazy. So we have to consider all these factors. You just never know. But one thing I will point out for sure is I don't believe any of the price is real until we get a fair shake, or there's margin calls, or a black swan, or something that causes this thing to rip. Juke Joint says, I don't trust the market or AA. It's hard for me to trust anyone, really. I guess it's but living that way sucks. Now the market, yeah, I do. It's hard to trust for sure. Adam Aaron, I can't speak on him on a personal level, like I've said, but I do believe that he's doing the right things for the company. I've said it a million times. I don't think he's necessarily trying to make this thing squeeze, but in a way, he's trying to make this thing squeeze. Not really trying to make the thing squeeze, but I would say this. I would say as long as the company's in business and moving forward and progressive and new things coming in, it gives shareholders more of an opportunity to make money, be it fundamentally more money coming in or the actual squeeze, the MOAS, something like that. So the longer this company is in business and successful and doing things that make the company successful, then the more opportunity a shareholder has to make money. So I don't necessarily, there's been a narrative around that he works with the hedgies and this and that. I don't find it. I can't see it. I could see how you can, it's like anything. You can dig up things on anyone. Any one of us, if we were in the position that they're in a higher up level, they could find dirt and do you dirty. But the fact is, you do your own DD, you do your own research, and of course, yeah, it is your own opinion. And there was a point where I was kind of like, there was a point before the reverse split where I really thought that too. I was like, man, there's no way this is bad. Um, but I was kind of had blinders on to the fact that I was just listening to what other people were saying, and yeah, they can show things on a video that make it seem shady, but I didn't really investigate anything on my own. I just listened to what people were saying. Once I delved in and did my own research and started thinking about my own company, how I run my company, and how certain things you have to do sometimes. Whenever we run, AA talks it down in order to keep us held hostage in this play. We run to 20. But do you really think that Adam Aaron has that much power in a tweet? Like, do you think if he says something that millions of people just decide to sell because of a tweet? I don't. I think whoever's manipulating this play watches for that and they see him tweet and then they run it down and then they send a narrative out. Because I've never, I just can't, I just don't think that, I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm not. um, but I've never, I just can't imagine to get the type of movement you get on the downward when Adam Aaron tweets and it stops momentum and it dumps. There'd have to be millions and millions of cells, and it's like you can look at the volume, the OBV volume, and just realize that that's doesn't the math doesn't add up. 2 plus 2 to equals 4. You know what I mean? But when you say Adam Aaron doing this and does that, 2 plus 2 equals 1. Still, it's not smooth brain mathematics, but for me, it don't make sense. But everyone has their own opinion. I'm not here to try to sway you either way. It's just my thoughts on it. Patrick O'Neill, what's up, man? I think people need to stop blaming AA for the price action. I agree there's suspicious timing to tweets, but he's not controlling the price. It's the same. What is that? Last year's. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, and I agree. Sometimes it. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. It's a slippery slope once you jump into this because people are so emotionally tied to this, and you're emotionally tied because your money's involved, and your money is involved in something. It's easy to be emotionally tied to something. I get it. So it's upsetting. Yeah, you want your money. It's like that JG Whitworth. JG Whitworth. What's that called? JG? Or no, not that one. Where it's like, it's my money and I want it now. And I feel that. You want your money, but you got to look at if you're on the other side, one of the best ways, because the community of apes retail holders that are involved with these meme stocks were very tight. Everyone was having fun and making money, and then when some adversity came, people scattered. So what you need to remember is on that other side, they're losing money to average dudes that really didn't do anything except buy and hold and buy and hold. They couldn't figure out how to stop us. So I guess being as smart as they are and as much work as they did, they simplified it. They took it back to the basic technique in war: divide and conquer. You divide your army and you conquer them easier. So what they've done is divided the ape army, if you will, call us that. And they've divided people, but I don't think divided enough. I think there's division, but I think some of the people that are still against, Adam Aaron and this are still holding. So it didn't work all the way, but I think what their plan is to divide, run the stock up maybe to 30 or 40, watch people dive out, and then, you know, try to manipulate it down and try to shake more off and just try to continue that action. But I think what's going to happen, in my personal opinion, no factual evidence, I'm not a financial advisor. I think what's going to happen is you're going to get people buying and buying and buying. You're going to get people that maybe did divide and conquer or did believe that Adam Aaron and AMC board is crooked, but they're going to sell and then they're going to see a dip and they might buy back. You know what I mean? It's going to be a non-ending thing until it's just everyone's done with. I think in my personal opinion, I think the other side, whoever's against or shorting or manipulating, if any of that's true, I think whoever is doing that needs to just let it go, let it rip, and move on. But I think there's factors that key into this that they can't, because it would destroy what they've built and their company's reputation, legalities. Those are just thoughts and opinions. Also, I think there's some ego, um, entitlement, pride, something like that involved as well. I think that we all have opinions, though. My opinion's basically a guess. You know what I mean? But it's an educated guess. It's a theory, a guess, I guess, because I've looked at. Um, I've been in this place since the beginning of time. No, but seriously, I've been in this thing since before the big rip in June 2021. I've literally on a daily basis almost obsessed over this. I've looked at articles. I've read more filings than I've ever read in my life. I think in high school I joked around with my wife one time that I think I'd read like 2 books in my entire life. I've read probably chapters. I've probably read like 50 books worth of just AK filings and SEC documents and business plans and stuff like that with this. So I think it's just basic. It's kind of hard to. It's going to be hard to change anyone's mind. So I'm not here to change someone's mind. I'm not really even here to argue with people. I'm just giving you my thoughts, my opinion. You're definitely entitled to yours. I just hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. If you're the one saying Adam Aaron's crooked and isn't that, hey man, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm not trying to change your mind. I just hope you're wrong, because in the long run, I didn't jump in AMC. I mean, I'll say this. Fundamentally, yes, AMC should be higher. Fundamentally, yes, I believe it will go higher. I've talked about this before. Q1 wouldn't be so great. Q2 wouldn't be so great. Q3, you start seeing a turnaround. Q4, you see great numbers again. And then I think 2025, throughout the year, you're going to be in an improved, no matter what, you'll be up. Um, so if there was no squeeze, I've talked about this before. Hypothetically, there's no squeeze, or hypothetically, there's a squeeze, whatever. If there's no squeeze, I think fundamentally you could still, I think I could still like the stock and hang on for better days. Manny, what's up, man? Finally, someone talking with some sense. Appreciate it, man. Duncan says, I was in AMC for 3 years. I chased it all, made 137K in one day and calls off June 21st, then gave it all back, waiting on the squeeze. Yeah, I mean, you got to only invest what you're willing to lose. I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but that's literally true. You, I don't want to sound harsh, but when you do the market or anything like that, it's your total decision. If you made 137K and you put it back in, just in, I don't know. Yeah, I think most people are expecting a squeeze. I'm still would expect a squeeze. I'm not saying I'm not. That's pretty much what I'm here for. But I'm saying also, if you hypothetically take that off the table, fundamentally we shouldn't be here. So that's why I'm DCA. I'm dollar cost averaging down, and let's say 5, 6, 7 years down the road, it doesn't squeeze. There's no way that if my dollar cost average is around 5, 4, $3, I don't think that this stock will be sitting at that point. I would imagine it'd be around 30, $40, something like that, even 20 at a minimum. Duncan, yeah, I think it was house money, so I didn't lose mine. I just didn't keep it like I should have. I feel you, man, and and hopefully, I can't give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but hopefully you make that back double, triple, quadruple. Um, it's just the name of the game, man. Sometimes it literally is more like a more sophisticated gamble if you look at it. You know what I mean? Um, you go to a casino. I've been in the casinos the last few days. You can win quick. You can lose quick. Um, it's just a slower process in the market, and it's a little safer. I will say it's definitely safer. Just me after the RS, I'm around $82 average. I was around a $60 average after the reverse split. I've gotten it down to around 12 to 11, I think now, just because I steadily buy. I don't know if you're new to the channel or not, but I buy on a daily basis. I don't buy hundreds and hundreds of shares. I buy a share. Sometimes I buy 20 shares, but I buy every day. But it just how it works for me. I'm not telling you should do that, but for me personally, I own a business. The way my money works, I look at it like, if I buy a few shares a day, it's like me going to breakfast, buying a couple of coffees a day. So I'm only investing what I'm willing to lose. Um, in life in general. I normally used to go get breakfast every morning or something like that. I've just cut that out. So the way I look at it, yeah, I could look at how much I've put in total, but I've also stopped eating breakfast every morning out. And basically, it's the same shit. And I've made my money back in crypto, and I've made my money back in other stock plays. Um, you know, so just thoughts. Nothing, no financial advice. I'm not trying to tell you guys what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just telling you what I do, in my opinion. But yeah, I think there's always a possibility that this squeezes or doesn't squeeze. There's two outcomes. It squeezes or it doesn't. So I'm looking out for myself for if it doesn't squeeze by dollar cost averaging down. Um, just because there is craziness, or there is, I believe, corruption and manipulation, which I can't prove. I could be totally wrong. I could just be some dude that's just ranting some BS, and who knows, I'm way off, and the market's completely clean, and I'm just an idiot. Possible, very possible. But I'm just going off my own research, my own DD, my own instinct. I'm playing it that way. So that's why I dollar cost average down though, just in case there's not a squeeze. And plus, more shares the merrier. You know what I mean? If it does squeeze, you know. In Rust we trust. How's the shop going? Shop's okay. As far as retail in general, I think stores are slower. You see stores closing down all over the place. With us, we do okay. The way I look at it, to be 100% honest, if I own a business, as long as I can keep my lights on and pay my basic bills, I'm working for myself, I'm good. I can, like the other day, I had to take my wife up to Phoenix because they're doing a memorial for her dad. I didn't have to ask someone for time off. I didn't have to say, oh, let me take my days. I just closed up shop and left. Had someone come open, but there was a couple days where it was closed, and it was like, it is what it is. That's why I like having a shop. So even if I don't, um, make tons and tons of dollars, I'm my own boss, and I get to pay my bills, and I get to be more active in my kids' life. I coach teams, and I'm here in the community doing a lot of shit. So works out. But I will say, um, making money is better. We have our times. And where I'm from, it's a strange thing because we have we go in spouts or spurts, if you will. It goes like it'll go a couple weeks dead and then a couple weeks like super busy. There's times in my life where I'm just like, I feel like I should just have a little monocle and be like, I'm rich. I'll buy anything. And then there's a couple weeks where it's like, God damn, I'm so broke. You know what I mean? Just like average person. You know what I mean? Um, so that's why I don't go crazy. Sometimes people are like, like even the other day, I left the casinos, and all in all, after our trip, we had to pay for gas and food. Obviously, I was able to stay at the hotel for free because I used my player's card, and that's another topic. But I was able to get free food, free play. So that's why we stayed at the casino. We left Arizona early, and we stayed with family in Arizona. Um, Came back to Vegas and used my reward points. Got a couple of nights free hotel. Got to gamble for free. Got food for free. Um, Made my money back on our gas money. Came home with a little extra. So the shop was closed for a couple days, but I made some money off of crypto and made some money out of the casino. So I'm back at it. In Rust we trust. Yeah, that's what's up, brother. Keep up doing the thing. Got to respect the grind. My wife was like, "Man, you're on your phone too much. Trying to make money all the time." And I said, "It's because she's got a 9 to 5. She's got an office job. She's got paid 401k, all that shit." I said, "I got to make money when I can." You know what I mean? So we go to the casino. One of the first I put a video. My first pull, I had $250 worth of free slot play. So my first pull, I won $500. I cashed it out, and then I kept playing my casino um, money that they gave me to play with, and then I wound up winning like 1,000 off of that. So I put all that away, and I had a $20 bill, and I put 20 in a dollar machine, and I did a thing called bankrolling, which I have videos on that, and I was able to make like 800 off of that. Before I left, I put a few hundred back, but I will say after it was all said and done, I still came home up about $1,200. Um, Besides, paying for gas and food that we paid for outside of the casino, stuff like that. So hustle never sleeps. That's right, man. They say you got to be able to make money in your sleep. So that's what the stock market and crypto's for. Um, I used to gamble. Literally, I gambled for like 2 years. I didn't work. I just hit casinos, and then I was like, damn, this ain't it. Do I play poker? I don't, man. I suck at poker. I would be. I'm horrible at poker. Horrible. I can't even say right. Poker. I used to play blackjack only. I used to, so like those years I was talking about when I lived off at the casino for 2 years. We had worked in Texas. I managed like a greenhouse, and on the way home, I stopped at the casino, and the whole time I was in Texas, I had saved only like $3,000 or $4,000 to bring home, and I was there for like 6 months, busting my ass. Stopped at the casino and won like 10 grand in like 20 minutes, and I was like, oh shit, off a machine. Went to the table, won a couple more thousand. I was like, oh my god. And I knew that machines are hard to win off of like that. So we went home, and then I started going to the casino every weekend, and I set myself a limit. If I could make $500 profit and go home. So I started doing that. Then I started saying, okay, well, I'm gonna make 1,000 profit and go home. I started doing that. It would take me almost all day at the blackjack table. I could come up with $1,000. That was it. I'd go home. Then I started getting greedy. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make 3,000. What would happen is I'd get to like 2,000, and then all of a sudden I would start betting big and drop. Then I was like, damn, I need a job. So then I started working in warehouses, doing basic shit, and then after a while, I saved up from the casino plays, and my warehouse job opened a store. The rest is history. That's been like 10 years ago. But yeah, we still do the casino hustle, man. I mean, it's never guaranteed, but I do make a bankroll video that's worked for me consistently. Probably 9 out of 10 times it's worked going to the casino. Stock market's been very good to me. Crypto's been very, very good to me. So I'm not a millionaire, but I have my house is paid off, my cars are paid off, my store is taken care of. That's just what it is, no high school education, no college education. Used to promote concerts in between time as well, music. A lot of people thought I had money from that, but that was basically just more, you would do like a whole month's worth of promo, which I look at like a month worth of work, and I'd come out with like $1,000 profit. So that's why I kind of stopped doing that. And then you have to deal with all the drama. Musicians are dramatic, man. Especially rappers, the gangster rappers. You're like, oh, they're gonna be cool. Nah, man. I said I wanted a 4-star hotel, and I wanted to eat Cheesecake Factory. What do you mean? Shit like that. So I'm glad I don't deal with that no more, to be honest. Let me answer. I got a message coming in. Give me 1 second. All right, my bad. Had to critical message. My wife was asking me what I wanted to eat, so couldn't mess around. If you don't answer her on that, she might come back with nothing, or she might come back with just some nuggets from Burger King made out of deer ankles or some shit. Anyways, man, back to the market. I did post a video earlier. I don't want people to think that like just because I'm bringing up other plays, I'm trying to shill out to other plays. I'm just saying what I do. I do other plays. You know what I mean? I'm not all AMC, but I do buy AMC on a daily basis. But there is other ones I buy on a daily basis. I just don't talk about it. There's different plays. I jumped into SGML, Sigma Lithium. I jumped into WVE about a year ago. I talked about that one, got me a big gain. And I just jumped back into it, re-up my position. GH Garden Health is another one I just jumped into about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Some of them work out, some of them don't. But you just gotta, I can't 100% say, oh, this is gonna be a great play, but I read the chart, it looks good. The hard part is like sometimes I jump out and I don't notify anyone. Like I'm just telling you I bought these, and then I look at it this way: if I can make 15% profit, sometimes I got to look at it that way. Sometimes you got to look at the percentage instead of the dollar amount. Obviously, AMC is a little different monster, but in the stock market in general, sometimes if I see it's a 15% gain, I jump out. Because You get greedy, and I've done it before. I've pulled at 15%, and the next day it goes up another 30%. But if you just look back at it and beat yourself up, it's no good. If you pull profit, it's great, as long as you can make some profit. But if you're looking at the dollar amount and you're like, oh well, I've only made $50, it doesn't matter what you make if you make profit, because it's holding too long. Sometimes what it can do to you. Um, Obviously, this doesn't apply to AMC. I think AMC is a different monster. Um, but if you get used to seeing a 15%, let's say you're only betting, or not betting, see, I've been in the casino. If you're investing, 20 here and you make 15% off your 20, and it's not much, but you make something. Then the next time you go, let's say you do 50 and you make 15%. And then you start playing, see, there you go, playing, investing 1,000 and you make 15%. So for me, that's just my magical number. 15%. Sometimes it's 10%. Sometimes I look at the stock and say 20%. But I just try to look at percentages instead of numbers, because sometimes you might get like, oh man, I only made $20 off this, but that's 20 more bucks than you started with. So sports betting has bought about 20% of my total shares. Love placing bets on the weekend and getting 50. That's one thing I cannot do is sports betting. I've tried, but since where I'm from, and there's a casino around the corner, but it's not in Idaho. So in Idaho, my IP address on my phone and all that, I've never been able to do that, which might not be a bad thing, because I think I would probably just know myself. I'd probably get out of control, being like, oh well, if I bet 10 teams right and I make 10,000, I did, but I know a guy that does sports betting that made like 16,000 off of like the most random bets, and it was like a $6 bet, and I'm like, damn. But he said he's never hit for like 5 years. And he finally hit. So, you know, but his bets are only 3 to 10 to $15 each weekend. So that 6,000 made up for all the years, I guess, and now he's up. But yeah, there's I think I actually, when he was doing it in the beginning, I remember a few years back, I told him, I'll take these with me, and I'd look at the little ticket and I'd have like 5 NFL games, right? And all four in the first part of the day would win. I'd just need like a easy win, like at the end of the day, the team that was like 0-5 playing against a team that's 5-0, and the team that was 5-0 just had to win by 3 points and then wind up losing by 6 or some shit. And then what? So I'd be like, oh, I'm about to make $1,500. Nope, I didn't win nothing. That's how sports betting went for me so far. I will say I'm bad at that. So if I ever come on here and start talking about sports betting, run. Don't listen to me. Anyways, man, yeah, I just wanted to see what's up. I don't know what's AMC trading at right now. Are we still looking at that 322? I'm not. I'm on my phone and I didn't have my laptop. I left it at home. And my main computer, it's out there, but anyone know what AMC's trading at right now? Ooh, this monster was sitting on my desk. I just drank it. It was old. Listen, I left to Phoenix a few days ago, and this was like a day before I left to Phoenix. Woo! Tart. Stings the nostrils. I'm gonna go over here and check my computer. That's the other thing too. I left to Phoenix and I told the people that were coming in, I said, hey, you can control the heater. And it's been cold in Idaho. It snowed on Cinco de Mayo here, actually. I was in Phoenix and in Vegas, feeling nice in the weather. And then we come back here. Well, I had turned the heater off when I had left, and the heater was still off. So I came in and it was like 45 degrees inside the building right now. So the heater's working overtime trying to warm it up in here. Let's jump into some charts real quick. And I'm also gonna look at the earnings call time. I'm not 100% sure. What time is the earnings call today? Let me look here. Usually people come to these videos to answers. I'm just asking shit I could Google. Hate that when people ask things they can just Google. Well, that's me right now. So we're sitting at 319. Advanced chart. I haven't looked at the charts very heavily for a while here. So yeah, 319. I'm still thinking that 322 is possible for the day to end at. Let's check out these Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands, they're pretty tight, man. So I said, yeah, I'm going to keep averaging down. That's what I'm doing. I'm averaging down. I'm not telling people they should or shouldn't do that. You know, that's totally up to you. But for me, I don't like to see my average. Obviously, yes, I agree with people when they say that sucks that we had to do the reverse split. I hated it too. I wish I could have just been where I was at, kept my average, and just moved on. But I don't think it was going to happen. I, honest to God, believe that we could have very easily filed Chapter 11. There was a lot of things that were going on. They were trying to make money. They just couldn't. Theaters were still, even right now, theaters are barely starting to squeeze back into the play. Everything else has been really retail holders, popcorn, credit cards, other ways to keep the business kind of moving. Um, I think that's why I said Q2 probably see a little better than Q1, Q3, a little better than Q2. I think Q4 will be just great, in my opinion. 318 on Wealthsimple. Yeah, that's where we're sitting at here on this market watch as well. But I do think 322 is where I guess we end the day. After earnings call, I'm not sure where it's going to go, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go down. But I would say probably around $3. I got a customer coming in. Hold on one second here. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. Need help finding anything?
I think I'm just looking.
Okay. If you need anything, just let me know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, it's cold in here. I had the heater off. Well, I've been out of town, and then we turned the heater off, so I was being cheap. And then whoever worked didn't turn it back on, so they probably froze the whole time. Really trying to sell these sweaters. That's all.
Right.
Almost sweaters are 25% off.
Right.
That heater's working overtime right now. I came in, it was like 45 degrees, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly.
We got it to like I think we're sitting at like 58 now, something like that. So
It's getting there.
we're getting there. It's working its way up.
So you don't have any Patriots clothing?
Not much. There was like a size 4X hoodie or something mixed in there. It would be if it clothing would be mixed in where it says NFL. There wasn't. I don't think there's a lot of. For the most part, most of my Patriot stuff I'm gonna have would probably just be hats. Maybe some random items, but yeah. That. Oh, there was that one too. Yeah, a Nike one. What size do you need?
Probably like a 2X.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure what that Nike one was, but other than that, like t-shirts, I don't have anything. I'm probably. We can always special order, but if not, you're probably about a month away to 2 months even before I get more NFL clothing.
Yeah.
It's mostly baseball that's been coming in right now, and basketball stuff. So, and mostly hats. Apparel is like kind of tricky for us. I usually wait until the NFL season's kicking off before I.
Right. It's not time for that.
Yeah, unless it's like there's certain teams here like no matter what, like Cowboys or Steelers. Some of those ones people always buy, but. I do got like the fleece blankets. Those are gonna have like 15% off. There's pages in that. I just don't know. Are you searching for like a gift or?
Yeah, I'm searching for a gift.
No, man. I had. Got a mug, one mug left over there, and that one's marked down. I think also. The mug's marked down to $9.49.
No, where is it? I didn't see it.
It's up here. This is the one that says "Go Pats." The red one up there. That. I'm trying to think what else I have would be. So maybe this hat wouldn't be marked down, but this one would be. Either of those two. That's what I don't know if they're flat bill or curved bill. Okay. So this that one?
It has a 27?
Yeah, so that'd be the same. $27.99, so these ones would probably be down. I want to say it rings up as $23.99. I'd have to double check, but $3 off. Other than that, yeah, it might be. Unless there is a fitted hat like this one that'll be marked down as well, but it's at the bottom. But I don't. You'd have to know the size on that one for sure.
Oh yeah, I think it's a big old head. I don't know.
Well, you can always do like a gift receipt as well. If it's something he doesn't like, he can bring it back as long as it keeps like the tags on it, and come swap it out for something else. So the hats are 15%. Those ones are $23.79. The two top ones. That's what they'll ring up as.
Okay.
The solid or the two tone.
Yeah.
Okay. There usually is lanyards. I don't know. I was kind of looking. I didn't see one. The Patriots were one of those teams that
Nobody likes.
yeah, for some. Well, I mean, they used to be, and now more. It seems like more people started buying them after they weren't doing as good. It's like when they were doing real good, people were like mad at it. It's like nah.
Or a wallet. Yeah, that's nice.
I'll have to grab some stuff like that. I'll order more often just because I can mix and match. With like apparel, you have to order like so many of each size, and you kind of get stuck on it. So like with wallets or random stuff, I'll probably get some more in soon, just because it's one of those ones it's good to have like that for gift items, which obviously I don't have now. But
It's his fault for like.
that's right. We're gonna blame him for this.
Right?
All right, so your total is. Oh, I'm blocking my screen here. Total comes to $25.22 after tax. Doing card. Okay. There's a card fee. It's like 75 cents. Okay. So it puts you at $26.01 after tax. And then do you want a gift receipt with it just in case?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You'd be like, no. Well, I can.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thought that counts, really, right? Every time I ask someone if they want a gift receipt, I push no gift receipt for some reason, so fix that real quick.
You're probably just used to the nose. No thanks.
Yeah. My credit card machine doesn't like me. I have to use my hotspot. It goes off wireless, and for some reason the internet on, there it goes. The internet on's been crazy the last few days. Well, a few months, actually. Alright, so this one doesn't have any details. This one has your details. It say $4.20 off the total.
Okay.
And you're all set.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Nah, we're back. All right, so I made a poll while I was helping this customer. So use the money this customer spends on AMC. 50% say no, 50% say yes. So that means yes. I'll spend half of it. How about that? All right. We're gonna end that poll. All right. What's going on over here? What am I missing out on? Sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments here. GME is looking spicy. If it pops, hopefully AMC will follow. Yeah, GME, I jumped. I've been holding GME for a long time as well, just not as heavy as AMC. GME, a lot of people probably don't want to hear it, but I've been playing that one in and out. I've been in and out of that one a lot. But I do have some shares that I just hold. Before I went to the casino, I sold some of my GME at like a 30% profit. Plan on buying some back in. Obviously, taxes you got to consider, but after I won money at the casino, I was like, damn, I shouldn't have sold any of my shares or anything like that. It is what it is. But yeah, the thing that I find kind of tricky is looking at GME and AMC. Like, I think they would have them, if they're both going to run, I'd imagine they'd run them both at the same time. Because if they don't, you're going to have a bunch of people piling into the other, in my opinion. Like, if let's just say GME squeezes tomorrow to $500 a share, and a lot of us, I can almost guarantee probably like 70%, 80% of people that are holding AMC are holding GME, vice versa. So you imagine when that happens, if it squeezes, you're going to take a shitload of that money and put it back into another one. You know what I mean? So I would imagine they'd want them to run concurrently, so it's not going to snowball, and then you're going to go from GME to AMC, and then AMC to something else, and then that something else to something else. They probably just want to rip it and let it get over with. But honestly, I mean, it should just be fair. It should just be a fair market, to be 100% honest. Like, and I'm not a financial advisor, I have no factual evidence, I always say this, but if they would just let things go in the correct order, no one would have to worry about this shit. We'd make our money and move on. They'd make some money off of us and move on. Like, you win some, you lose some. You know, you're not going to go undefeated. No one's going to be 100% accurate all the time. But, you know, we'd win, we'd lose. And if we lost on our own accord without cheating, then hey, I'll take accountability for that. But when I look at the DD and the research that shows me that something ain't right, something ain't right, in my opinion. It's just my thoughts. But I really just wanted to jump in this live, just kind of chit chat, man. I haven't been on here for a while. See what y'all are up to. Seems like everyone's still in the same morale's up. Hey, the morale's up, kid. You got a lot of moxie, kid. Keep hitting them in the gutter. In the gutter. Punch them right in the kisser. Make your money, Bubba. I've got my accent and words mixed up. I've never heard a New Yorker say Bubba. Hey, Bubba. 1947 New Yorker. What are you doing? I'm walking here. I'm trying to walk over here. All right, man. I'm tripping. This is where I should have ended the live long ago. If you're in this deep, you're going to get some weird shit now. It's no more stock market, just me with horrible impressions. Give me anyone to impersonate, I'll do it. Give me a person to impersonate. I'm ready. Let's go. Boom, hit me. Kevin Bacon. I'm not Kevin Bacon. Hey, I'm Kevin Bacon. Give me someone else. Kevin Bacon, seriously? What the fuck? All right, man. Trump. I look at AMC and I see a lot of. I can't. Why the fuck would I ask for people to give me an impersonation? I'm not good at this. I walked into AMC. I said, "There's a lot of synthetics. Wow, there's a lot of synthetics. Oh wow, there's a lot of synthetics." That's it. That's all. That's all I got. I look at AMC and I say, "Wow, that's a lot of synthetics. There's a lot of synthetics. But when it squeezes, it'll be the best squeeze you've ever seen, the greatest squeeze that anyone's ever seen. Piggly Wiggly will look like a little piece of Kevin Bacon when we're done. Wow, that's a lot of synthetics." That's all I got. That's probably really bad, isn't it? All right, man. I really shouldn't be here. I should probably be focusing on getting my store in order. Oh, shit. I walked in. I said, "Wow, that's a lot of synthetics." You just got to throw a wow in there once in a while. Like, wow. Drag it out a little bit. Someone says Joe Biden. All right, here's my Joe Biden. I said, "Look it. There's a puzzle. You put the piece of the puzzle together, and in the hair, there's hair." So don't get me into politics, man. Shit. Channel is banned in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Menace is gone. Instinctual trades. Didn't use his instinct. My instinct says stop doing these impersonations. Check. Let's get back into this, man. Where was I at before this customer came in and shit went sideways here? I was trying to look at the. All right, where are we at here? I'm gonna turn the music down here. All right, we were looking at charts. AMC sitting at 318. I'm still thinking it can bounce up to that 322 by the end of the day. Then again, the last two price predictions, I was off by about 5 to 10 cents on the wrong side, which is good because I was saying it was going to be lower and it wound up going higher. If I'm ever wrong and it's higher, then I say that I'm good with that. I try to be conservative with my price prediction here because I do think it could be up to that 325, but I wanted to say 322. You know, we'll see. The question I was looking up here is, I've been out of the loop here. I was trying to see what time the earnings call is today. It's usually right at after hours. Mullen, Larry P wants to know if I have an opinion on Mullen. I got out of Mullen. I don't. People, that's the thing is people have been like, AMC is the next Mullen, but Mullen really isn't doing anything to, in my opinion, I haven't looked into it anymore since I jumped out, but when I was in it, they didn't look like they were doing anything to improve or move forward. They were just, it seemed like it was kind of dead in the water. Now, it can move up. The stock can do things without, as far as volume and stuff. I am not in Mullen anymore. I got mold in Mullen. Mauled in Mullen. I really didn't invest that much into Mullen, but that's one of those ones that I always say I never like to sell in the red. I sold in the red. I just got out. I got to a point where it peaked up a little bit, but I still probably lost a couple $100 off that one. But I got out just because I was like, you know what, this one's it's up 82% in the past month. See, if I would have held on, I would have been fine. Don't take financial advice from me. No, Mullen, I got in way back. So back when it was like 70 cents before any of its reverse splits, and then it had like fucking 4 reverse splits. Um, so I jumped out, like I said, down a couple hundred. I probably still would have been down right now, to be honest. Um, Unless, and that's the thing too, is if you believe in a company and you have more invested and you're going to do more work into the DD, then yeah, probably, I would have dollar cost average down if I was going to plan on holding it. So AMC's earning call is scheduled for 5 p.m. Eastern time. So 5 p.m. Eastern, hour after market close, wherever you're at, basically. So I'll jump in on that probably after. I don't really go live on the earnings calls. There's nothing. I've never done that. But I'll listen to it, give some thoughts on it if there's anything to say. If I feel like there's anything I want to say, if not, I'll just let everyone else. There's going to be a million YouTubers trying to cover it, and depends on who you watch too. I've watched YouTubers when I've watched the earnings call, and you can watch one YouTuber in the same earnings call, watch one just be like, yes, all right, fuck yeah, we're going. And then you go to the other guy and he's like, oh, come on, did you see what he said? Oh, sneaky, So also take it with a grain of salt, whoever you're watching. Listen for yourself, have your own opinion on this. When you listen to someone else, listen to earnings call, they can easily influence your thoughts on it. But yeah, Mullen, let's check out Mullen. I haven't looked at it for so long. Piqued my interest now. Fucking cold in the shop, man. It's like barely like 58 degrees, and like feeling like I can tell I'm 42 right now. Arthritis in my hand and shit. Everything's all kinked up. Okay, Mullen Automotive is sitting 74. So we're going to go in the 3 month. Yeah, I haven't looked much at Mullen. Looking like it has moved upward. Trying to see where I sold that. I can't remember where it was. Yeah, I sold it. It was still higher when I sold it than it is now. I want to say I sold it on December. But yeah, I mean, Mullen, if there's good news, that's good. The one thing I had, my issue with Mullen, Bollinger Bands are still pretty loose on it. They haven't tightened up very well. My issue with Mullen was I didn't trust. See, like I didn't trust in the CEO, and so I sold because I was like, you know what, I'm not sure this dude's gonna make the right moves or gonna continue to make the right moves. So that's why I kind of find trippy about people that are in AMC that don't trust the CEO. You have to be 100% honest to believe in a company. The captain of that company is the CEO. So if you don't believe the CEO is doing a good job, you don't believe the stock's going to do a good job. So why invest? You know what I mean? So I understand some people feel like they're just stuck in the play, but that's how I was with Mullen. But I hadn't made the decision at that point. I don't trust the CEO is going to do a good job, and I'm going to wait for a little peak. And I did. I peaked and I sold out even at a loss, and I recouped my money elsewhere. So that's how I feel about it. If I don't believe in the CEO or the company, or sometimes you don't have to believe in the CEO or company if it's a quick turnaround play like in and out. But if you're planning on trying to make some life changing money or some good money, I think you have to believe in the CEO. You have to believe in the company. You have to believe in the direction they're going. It just didn't work out for me that way in Mullen, but I'm not against it. Hopefully, you make money in it. Um, if I saw something in there that triggered me to buy, I would definitely do it too. So right now, I don't see anything telling me I need to buy it, so I'm not. But I'm not telling you should or shouldn't. Who knows? It's. I'm always up to see. I'm always glad to see people make money, especially people that are in AMC as well. Because while you wait, might as well make some cake on the side. So that's always a good thing. But Donkey Kong, I didn't get into this play because of the CEO. Me neither. None of us did, to be honest. I didn't say, "Hey, I like the CEO of this play." Everyone got into this play. I think for the same reason, because they like the stock, they like the theater. No, I do now. Honestly, I do. But I got in this play obviously for the obvious. I think everyone was in here for some quick money, a squeeze, a squeeze play. But the longer I've gotten into it, the more research I've done, it's turned into a long-term play at this point. Like it or not, it sucks. But I'm in this thing long term, so that's how I'm looking at it. So I've got to look at the CEO. I've got to look at things like that. Now, if you don't agree, it's cool, man. We all have our opinion, and I'm not like knocking you for it. And I just, I hope I'm right as far as how that goes. Like I said, I can't say with 100% certainty, but I do believe. Yeah, I think we all want to see retail win no matter what. When it comes down to it, it's kind of like AFC versus NFC. We're all in the same division. At the end of the day, we want to see the division do well because it's good for us in the long run. If that makes any sense. We all have our difference of opinions. I just want to see Charles. That's why he jumped in. He said, "I just want to see Charles Gasparino cry on TV." That's the whole reason I'm in the play. That's hilarious. Yeah, that'd be great actually, because that dude would be talking some shit, man. Sometimes I didn't even pay no attention to him when people would talk about him in the beginning, and I saw an interview with him talking not too long ago, and I thought, man, this way he talks down on people like they're beneath him, like these little retail investors. Like he really doesn't want that cat system to go either. It's kind of a big deal too going on with that. Who is it? Hester Pierce and all that going on with the cat system, trying to fight it. That's a big deal, obviously. We need that, in my opinion, we need that cat system to be implemented even more now, seeing that they want to fight it like that, because in my opinion, that could be a catalyst. I don't like to give dates or, say this is the reason it's going to happen, but I do believe even if it's not a catalyst, it's a knock towards the right direction of a fair market. So I haven't read anything else on that. I need to look at that a little bit. All right. I typed car system. That's what I'm doing. I know they were trying to fight it to get it blocked. The consolidated audit trail. I really want to see that not happen. I want to see it go through. But I know that, yeah, they're talking about a couple of people now trying to fight it to say it's not fair, basically, which is crazy. That's just more transparency. That's what the market needs. It's more transparency. You know what I mean? If you're going to be shorting companies to death and do it fairly, you know what I mean? Be transparent about it. You don't got to hide it and naked shares and synthetics and all that shit. Anyways, I've got a van load of customers coming in, so I'm gonna let y'all go. help these guys out. But have a good day. Be blessed. Thanks for watching. I'll be back again. Peace. Let's get rich soon, by the way.